Hello and welcome guys. In this video of data pre-processing, we are going to learn about imputation method. We can understand it also by as an estimation method because we have to find some kind of estimate value based on the given algorithm of our basically our algorithm will find a estimate value of the missing value which we are going to fill in the missing value. So how it is going to find the estimate value? It is going to find the estimate value obviously from the data set we are using. So when we should consider this kind of imputation method or estimation method. For example, if our attributes, the missing values are about almost around 50 to 60%, and can we use this kind of method? So it depends upon the data set. For example, if we have given an attribute which have no correlation, then we cannot use this method. But if an attribute with 60% of missing values have a good correlation, we can use this method also. But for example, if we have a column like id which is independent of all the column and missing values are around 10%, we cannot use this method. So by we can only use this method if any kind of attribute have a good correlation with other kind of attributes. So there are three. So in this notebook or is in this session, we are going to learn about three kind of imputation method. The first method is KNN. The second method is tree based, and third method is linear model. So going with the first method, K nearest neighbor, KNN for imputation, uses the KNN algorithm, which is K nearest clustering. It is going to use the Euclidean distance and form a distance matrix. So how a cluster in KNN works is like this. For example, there is a centroid which is center part of one cluster, and there is another centroid which is center part of another cluster, and there is centroid of another part of another cluster. So this centroid, uh, we are going to measure the distance of every value, every data from this cluster. For example, if this data se- if there is this data and this cluster have a large distance, and this data and this cluster have a small distance, then we are going to consider this data in cluster 2. Similarly, for this this data and this cluster have smaller distance other than these two clusters. So we are going to use k nearest neighbor in k nearest clustering. So to use this, we can just import it from sklearn.impute KNN imputer. Now we are going to create a new variable df underscore temp. Now we are going to get the numerical columns by using this for loop and creating a list of these. We have used this for loop and if condition. If our variable have not an object, then we are going to consider it as a numerical column. Next, we are going to print this column, and now we are going to initialize the neighbors. We have initialized neighbor as 3 in KNN imputer. Now we are going to fit our data in our algorithm, and we are going to transform this data by KNN transform and data. Now We are going to copy that data frame by simply writing pd.dataframe x comma column is equals to num column, and we are going to get the info of the all the columns. So from here we have successfully implemented our KNN algorithm and find the missing values in our data. Next, we are going to delete that temporary variable we have used. For the next session, we are going to learn about tree-based imputation. Up to then, thanks for watching.